the Tefel means fork in Polish?
The fork Zerg.
Fork Zerg. Oh, that's going to become a thing, I'm sure. Guys, we're here on Daybreak for game number 2 and spawning in the top right-hand position as the red Zerg player. It is the Fork Zerg, fictitiously or not. We have Dignitas Tefel. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner as the blue Terran player representing Mouse Sports on an absolute tear so far in this tournament. Can he take this game and therefore go 5-0 in his group? We have HeroMarine.
And HeroMarine here going for a quick depot by his ramp. Will we see a command center first, Jorsar?
See, it's the kind of sort of play on Daybreak that I would expect from like almost aggressive Korean Terrans, where they just go command center first on Daybreak and they know it's going to be okay. I'm not so sure we're seeing that from HeroMarine. He loves his earlier game timings with the Marines and Widow Mines as well. We see him, he really enjoys pushing out across the map with little pushes like that. So
it's never yes or no with you, is it?
No, it's never yes or no. Well, I'm leaning towards Barracks, which probably means he's going CC first. So cast a curse, he'll probably go CC first.
Alright, it appears he might go for this so far and not made a single Barracks.
Yeah, he's doing it.
He's getting a lot of I knew he was going to get it, that's why I asked you. I was testing you, you passed.
Oh, whew. Good.
You passed, but you hesitated. So actually, no, you might have failed.
I'm
not going to say the results.
All options are open, man.
Just know that I was testing you.
And the command center does indeed go down. He's going to be doing it as part of his wall-off. Nice and solid there from HeroMarine, not wanting to just plonk it down on the low ground in case of early aggression coming out from Tefel, who has got his pool about 2/3 of the way done.
And he's actually sending out an SCV to scout very early on here. He does not want to be surprised by any type of cheese. He wants to know exactly what he's up against. He has faith in his micro and macro. I really like that from a player. When you know you can play well, you rely on your own style. You know that you can take it both into the late game, into big macro games, and you can also do mid-game timings.
Yep.
And you just play, say, on the fly. You know, you just open with your build order and you try to make a plan as you go into the game. That's the type of player I like the most.
Well, I mean, here we see, of course, a good example of a build that's planned for Daybreak. A lot of Terrans decide, okay, hang on, CC first on Daybreak, usually a good idea, simply because going into any sort of macro game, it gives you a little bit of an edge over when you go for Barracks first, and the rush distance on Daybreak, due to the middle being held off by the destructible debris, is actually quite large. So he's going to be able to get away with here, no problem whatsoever. Tefel has his natural almost complete now. SCV just going to be scouting to make sure no gas... of course, no gas has been taken so far in this game, everything being played out quite normally, and the Queen will get it.
The Queen was taking a bit of an absence of leave here for a second, not doing her job, but gonna get rid of this SCV after all. HeroMarine is about to have his second orbital command finished. The mules are gonna start flying down from the sky, and he goes again for the factory. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a quick reactor again on his barracks as he's moving it to another position.
Yep, it's of course we did mention the early middle mine play does seem to be a favorite of HeroMarines. He could still go into that, and there indeed goes the reactor down on the barracks as the orbital command lands at the natural.
His nickname is HeroMarine, man. Wouldn't it be ironic if he only went for Mass Marauders?
Mass Marauders and 1 Marine.
Imagine if Marine King played mech only, and he would troll the world.
It's quite possible.
And we have a third command center on the way here again out of HeroMarine, so very similar build. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down a couple extra barracks behind this and maybe an eBay to again upgrades. I like this build. He gets the mines out, he's very safe. He does a lot of scouting. In the previous game he defended very well against this attack from Tefel.
Yeah.
If he hadn't seen it coming, he might have died.
Yeah, he's doing very, very well so far, and I wonder if that's going to dissuade Tefel from doing that kind of aggressive play early on in this game, seeing how well HeroMarine handled it. It's possible, but I mean, you can't just sort of sit back and let your opponent do whatever they want. He's going to at least try and get in and scout. He's got 2 Overlords in a good position, but no signs just yet of any sort of crazy aggression play coming on, because Tefel's just taken his 3rd.
And HeroMarine is doing the exact same build here. He started Steam Pack, he started his engineering, but he's going to start +1 as soon as possible. And yeah, a bit of a supply block here. Actually, a depot is about to finish by the expansion.
Yeah.
He does have cable TV as well, so...
Oh, that's okay then. That's why he was supply blocked. He was busy watching cable. We've worked it out, guys.
Which channel? That's the question.
We're not allowed to give that information out live on air.
And 2 Hellions are going to spot the 3rd base of Tefel here. We're going to have 2 more on the way. and again, really go for the mines behind this. I mean, so far he's been doing the exact same thing as he did in the previous game.
Yeah, and we have the Roach Warren popping out as well, Evolution Chamber, and the lair completing in the main base in about 40 seconds time. So Tefel might go for some Roach aggression. Let's see.
He does go for the mines behind this, and he's rallied them across the map by the watchtower of Tefel. So we might have some aggression here. I think he's realized by this time that since Tefel hasn't hit the timing, he's going to go in the defensive posture in this game. And, you know, HeroMarine, he might try to exploit that. But Tefel, he's going to have his lair finishing in a second. If he wants to get an overseer and be able to spot these mines, it's going to be very easy for him. Really make an overseer as soon as possible near HeroMarine's base to scout exactly what he's going for. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And yes, we do have an overseer
instantly,
on the bottom right-hand side of the base of HeroMarine. I think he's going to be able to spot the third command center, and from there he can decide exactly what he goes for. He can go for a big all-in, he can go for greedy play. Tefel is going to have a choice here in a minute.
A couple of roaches there dissuading those Hellions from chilling at that watchtower, allowing Tefel to get his creep spread out just a little bit further onto the map here. In the meantime, we have got gases number 3 and 4 being taken from HeroMarine, as well as 2 additional barracks being added on. +1 in Stim, though, are both about 30 seconds away from completing, so potential for a little bit of a timing poke there. The creep spread from Tefel actually has been alright. He's like slowly spreading very, very good active creep tumors here by the third. So it's going to be very difficult for HeroMarine here to take Tefel by surprise.
And HeroMarine actually going for the second engineering bay as well as an armory. He's going to want to upgrade very heavily this game. I have this feeling he might play more macro heavy with less aggression. I mean, in the previous game he really tried to exploit the lack of economy early on of his opponent after defending the huge attack very nicely. In this game, he wants to play a more calm game where he stabilizes, and if he goes for a quick third, I wouldn't be surprised since he's going to start a lot of upgrades here in a second. Whereas Tefel, he's already started to work on his force.
Yep. Very, very aggressive forward placing of that hatchery there, 4th base. But that's because Tefel's really ramping up his creep spread right now. He's nearly at the halfway point of the map and a lot of active creep tumors out. Really, really good creep spread from him. He has overlords, of course, at both the top and the bottom of the map to scout for drops as well. So he's not just doing this completely blindly. 3 Hellions attempting to go into the 3rd base location. Tefel already seeing it with some lings. Going to be sending them in to try. Oh, and bait them into the roaches. Excellent play coming out of there from Tefel. And all 3 Hellions simultaneously disintegrate.
And Pathogen Glance is on the way. We might see some old school play here out of Tefel. He starts the hive just now.
Wow.
Why is he getting Pathogen Glance and Infestors if he wants to start the hive this early? You might want to go into Ultras here. We've seen Johnny Reco getting some great success against 4GG with lots of Ultras play.
That's true, yeah. He did so well going into late game there, and even when your opponent is trading evenly like 4GG did for a lot of those games, it just put Johnny Rico at a point where he could just constantly expand, and there's not much you can do about it because all your units are needed to defend the constant stream of Ultras. So we could be seeing something similar come out of Tefel. We'll have to wait and see. We have now got some Lings and Roaches poking in towards the 3rd base location. A mine did go off, didn't kill too much though, and now we have the Bio Army coming back to defend. Tefel's going to have to push back.
And HeroMarine actually steamed everything here, so it's going to take him some time to finally heal all these. Those Medivacs do have a bunch of energy. And behind this HeroMarine, I wouldn't be surprised if he had some extra production facilities. Yet just now he's making 3 barracks. Man, I'm like predicting everything so far in this game. What is going on?
Yeah, man. Where was your hive prediction?
Oh, yeah. All right.
No, I'm kidding. Ooh, a huge explosion from the Widow Mine at the 3rd base, killing off about, I'd say 15 to 20 circles there.
It had 3rd kills before, so huge detonation here. And Tefel, it looks like he was going to put on some aggression, but I mean, after
not
this,
anymore,
like,
man.
Well, calm down, man.
That Widow Mine is, I think the rank of it is a captain. It is indeed 18 kills on that Widow Mine by the 3rd base. Definitely MVP unit of the game so far. But now Tefel is coming back with a vengeance. He's bringing 2 overseers with his army now. He's not very impressed with how many kills that this Widow Mine got in another one. Oh, good God.
26 kills in total. The Ultrace Cavern is on the way, but Tefel, he wants to put some pressure before that. We might see a couple of fungals being used on this army here,
Oh, but is there enough ground army to finish it off? He needs 1 or 2 more fungals. If he turns around and fungals that army, it basically all disintegrates. He tries to do that. A second one going down now, and has to be so careful, does HeroMarine. He needs to heal that army up as quickly as he can. A couple of Hellbats, though, will see that he tanks this damage, and Tefel's going to have to move back for now.
And Tefel forgot Burrow, so he's going to snipe 2 more Hellbats very nicely down here. Nice micro, he's going to pull back now. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts working on a 5th here. And nice creep spread as well out of Tefel. In a game where there is at least a decent amount of action. Usually you see Zergs having a harder time doing creep spread, but Tefel, I mean, he's been doing a great job with this so far. And we have Chitinous plating on the way. He's going to want to add Ultras, 3 Ultras on the way. HeroMarine, he wants to hit a big timing before that. He hasn't spotted the Ultra Race Cavern, but he knows that around 15 minutes is the time where Zerg he's going to get tier 3 forces.
Yep, 2-1 upgrades here on the bio, but Fungal Growth says, I don't care what upgrades you have. 1-1 on the Roaches and 1-0 on the Lings. Is Tefel going to be able to push in here and fend this off? It's 156 supply versus 196. Tefel also ahead in workers, possibly a couple too many there at 88 versus 67.
And Tefel, he has a couple of infestors, some of those have energy. He should be able to defend this squad with some ease, but the ideal scenario is that HeroMarine will attack into him, but Tefel is taking the fight to HeroMarine right now.
Yep, and excellent Fungal Growth there, getting a lot of the medevacs as well. That's going to help him an awful lot. But the Ultras are stuck behind the Infestors. Not the greatest positioning there for Tefel, and he has to fall back temporarily. HeroMarine currently on 147 supply. The Bio Ball is actually doing a decent amount of DPS, but here come the Ultras. They're at the front of the army now, and it looks like he's going to be able to push HeroMarine back. The medevacs floundering to get back as well, and they don't have much energy on them. HeroMarine needs to be so careful. Imagine if there was one more Fungal right now, but the Infestors aren't with this army.
Yeah, he needs to start a step, but I mean, against those Ultras, he's just going to be killing them a bit too slowly. There's a mine here on the way. Tefel does not go up. He's going to attack into the third. He's maxed. HeroMarine only on 134 supply right now. He's going to add an extra command center. A bit ambitious at this point, considering he's about to die, maybe.
Definitely ambitious if he's about to die, Todd. We're going to pop in from Tefel. It looks like he's just going to focus all of his efforts at the third here. Great Fungal Growth on a lot of that bio. A second one to follow it up. The Ultras are doing a lot of damage, but there are only 2 left. At the moment, more Lings streaming in and a couple of infested Terrans to boot. Another Ultra joins the fray but is stuck in the back. It looks like HeroMarine is going to be pushed back here. And he...
Ooh! Those infested Terrans, look at the Ultras. They're like dancing behind. They can't get through.
Yeah.
HeroMarine, his command center ended up helping him, blocking the units of the Zerg, but instead of waiting behind it, he tried to go into the Zerg army.
Oh, this is a sick move. He boosted a medevac with the retreating army and landed them in front of the Infestors to kill a couple more. Sick move there from HeroMarine. He's still down 50 supply though. Can he turn this back around? Here comes Tefel once again. A lot of Speedlings, a couple more Infestors with this army now. And HeroMarine once again is pushed back to his third.
And Tefel has not been creep spreading in the meantime. He thought he could end the game here, so he tried to press through. And I think now he might wait for upgrades. He's getting Zerg melee attacks level 2. He's getting Carapace level 3. He might just go with the melee attacks level 2 here, as he's permanently maxed. Let's just say this. He's always going to be maxed in this game. If he loses this army, he can remax on Zerglings with a couple Ultras. And I think he just doesn't want to let HeroMarine take a force here, and that's exactly what HeroMarine wants to do.
And here we go. The Ultras are at 2-2 upgrades, or 4-2, I guess, with the kites and his plating. The bio, though, is at 3-2. That's a good choke point there, but it doesn't actually prevent the army from sieging up the fourth base, or potentially going into the third. Excellent Fungal Growth once again from Tefel. He's absolutely one-track minded about trying to win this game. A good position, though, from HeroMarine, but is it going to matter with so many Fungals on the cards here? The Ultras now moving up the ramp. They don't care that they're moving into a choke point. Honey Badger Ultras are going to be able to take out with the splash damage a lot of this bio, and HeroMarine down now to 115 supply.
Those Ultras, they just chewed through the entire army of HeroMarine here. I mean, he's pulling back. He's just got a small force left. There's just too much out of Tefel, and great read here. He knew he had enough to finish the game. He just went for it. A lot of people would have waited, but Tefel, not being one of those people, he's read the game very well throughout this entire game. He flanked when he had to, he attacked when he had to, he put some pressure on. And although there was the one mine that got captain and detonated on a lot of Zerglings, Tefel didn't really make any huge mistake besides this.
Yeah, Tefel has played this game phenomenally well here, and the bio getting a good concave at the top of the ramp, but once again, the Ultras proving a little bit too beefy, and Tefel able to swing back up. 124 supply to completely maxed out. Tefel is looking poised to take this game.
Tefel's got a 5th base. I mean, he has so much money, he didn't even finish mining the mineral patches in his main. And he's just going to crush through there right now. HeroMarine having to evacuate his 3rd base. He's going to fall very far behind economically. HeroMarine, he's going very marine heavy here, obviously, because he had a lot of reactors in his barracks, but he really needed a lot more marauders to deal with those Ultras, and he's not going to have those. Tefel having to pull back here again because of the concave. He might just head right back into there as the Fungal missile hits some of his Bioforce.
Yeah, Tefel actually taking this very patiently. He's not really sacking the army to remax. He's hitting when he thinks he's losing a battle, immediately pulling back, being very, very sensible and patient. We have creep spread over here at the forward 4th base location now, so HeroMarine cannot actually land a command center there anymore. He sees that the creep spread is continuing for Tefel onto his half of the map, and he's streaming in more infestors. Just finished 7 of them. Adrenal glands starting for the Zerglings now. We have melee attack level 3 coming out too, and here's another huge engagement at the 4th. More excellent fungal growths coming out, and the Ultras just aren't dying fast enough. GG.